Evening, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Ellen, how are you tonight?
Oh, I'm doing so good. It's a Monday. I love Mondays.
Well, I'm so glad that you do because we're on Mondays, and that makes today even more special. Hey, welcome everyone to Women of Crypto, also known as Ladies of Crypto, because you know what? We are so special. We have multiple names.
That's right. That's right. I just want to throw in something out of the news, which is crypto and quantum. Okay. Um, IBM has set, they put their stake in the ground on quantum computing, and crypto is right behind them. So I wanted to say we don't give any kind of advice or any of that stuff, and we don't, but keep your eye on the crypto market and the quantum computing market because it bodes well, which means, hey, you could be doubling your assets.
I love it. Everybody wants to double their assets, and unless it's COVID and they're doubling their assets. No, I'm sorry. Ooh, did I say that? So we got to get up and be moving, and so that means we be moving in the crypto world. And there's lots of things moving. I'll tell you what. Right now, Bees.Social is going wackadoodle crazy along with the social Bees.io. We have so many things going on from the game Operation 1A to the NFT Connect.1 conference, and there's so many more things to come. We are doing a live 24/7 open spaces on Twitter. So much to talk about, and we have backstage with us Deanna Wheeler. Deanna Wheeler is a universal musician, artist, performer, songwriter. She's amazing. She's going to be joining us shortly. She's from Texas, and she became a bee,
Ah,
and we'll be telling that
ah.
story of how a woman became a bee. Soon to tell
And
you
that
more.
explains that gorgeous hat she's wearing. Wait till you
That
see it. It's a
Oh,
knockout.
yeah, there's your teaser. And then we also have Donna Hopkins with us tonight as well, who'll be telling us a little bit about her run at being on open spaces on Twitter. There's so much. In fact, I just had a hysterical conversation about NFT Connect. Dot one on how I was telling someone about how they could join us. So, is there anything else, Ellen, in the news that we need to be aware of that you'd like to share?
Oh my goodness, there's a lot. But the crypto and quantum, those two, those are the big headlines for this week. And I'll be filling it in as we go forward. But
Perfect.
yeah, it's going to be good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Well, Tim, if we could have our other guests on, that would be lovely. We'll just kind of jump into all of the fun. And there's our
There she
lovely
is.
people there.
Yeah,
Yes,
check that hat.
as promised, yes, Deanna Wheeler, she is up to trouble. I'm telling you what, she's at trouble in a good way with the capital T, and I'm so excited about what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to leave a little bit more of a tease there, Deanna. Donna, why don't you tell us what you've been doing in open Twitter spaces, and then we'll let Deanna speak.
I'm not in the show yet.
Oh, you are. We can hear you and see you.
You can? Oh, my phone was
Yes.
weird. Oh my gosh. I'm like, it says I'm not in the show. Well, don't believe your phone.
I'm like, whoo, don't go fix your teeth or anything because we can see you.
Oh, that's good. Now, after all that, I forgot what you asked me.
Oh, we want you to be candid with us and tell you about your open spaces experience.
Oh my gosh, it was so stressful for me, not for them. It's one of those things that I got in there and I'm listening to these people and they are so incredibly smart. And I'm thinking, "Oh my gosh, am I the only one who doesn't know this stuff?" And then as we got to talking, found out everyone was on the same page. We're all out of our comfort zone, but the collaboration and the idea sharing has been amazing. And one person will go down so many bunny trails and rabbit holes. It's just incredible. But we have talked about everything from how blockchain and the Web3 can help in areas like homelessness, in the real estate industry, in education. The list just goes on and on. And I just encourage everyone. We have I think another 5 days, 4.5, that we're still going 24/7. And there is chatter all day, all night. And we've even had Spanish speaking hours, and I think we've had some Arabic, and someone had mentioned something about a German um, session. So it's been great because we're able to just touch everyone all over the world. It's not uncommon to have someone from Australia, someone from the States, someone from Kenya, all over the place. And the ideas are wonderful.
And Shelley's saying hi from New Zealand, which is on my bucket list. So Shelley, if you've got a place for me to stay, I'll be on my way shortly.
After NFT Connect.
Yes. So if you're wondering how you can come and hang out with the bees, then you can join us in Phoenix February 22nd and 23rd at the NFT Connect .1 ONE, and there it is right there for you. And this is a cryptocurrency NFT conference bringing people together where the bees are swarming in. You see, those of you who don't know about the Bees.Social community, is that we are this community of people who come together to help support each other with crypto literacy and crypto economy so that we can have a better opportunity to do some advancements in our own life, as well as humanitarian efforts and business efforts as well. Because we actually, when you're a bee and you invest in different cryptocurrencies, you're actually investing in other people as well. So it's teaching us all to be venture capitalists as well. So Deanna Wheeler, we have been waiting for you. So tell us a little bit more. Oh, my face got really big. All right. So tell us a little bit. I have to get really far away from my computer. All right.
It happened earlier. I was like, wait, now you see more of me. Hold on.
Wait. Yes, I know. We got to like, so tell me more about how, let's talk about your experience. Let's first talk about your experience now with the bees, and then we'll do a backtrack and tell about how that even came to be.
Well, now I have a little bit of a role, and I can host some Twitter spaces and not be completely stuck on stupid. Honestly, this is I think one of my roles is to explain that it's okay for the layman, for lack of a better word. There really has to be a better word than that, for the record. I say it all the time in the spaces, but to put things in layman terms, I was this just dumb, blonde, ditzy country singer, and I met, little genius Austin and you, Andrea, and a whole different world opened up for me that, it wasn't just about crazy vernacular and words and math. I didn't have any clue it even existed. Quantum math, what is that? I've asked Austin, and it's just insane. But I can feel like I belong because I get to actually learn, and then I can regurgitate what I learn. And I have been able to teach lately, and I'm just like, okay, they help so much. The bees community, when I first joined the Discord, I'm like, I have no clue what I'm doing. I don't even know how to speak in there. I do not know what I can and cannot say. I do not know how to do this. I do not know how to do that. And every time I asked a question, 30 people, okay, I'll help you do this. I'll help you do this. I'll DM me. Oh, they're all to help you. And that's the coolest thing in the world, especially in a financial world. Usually people are not out to help the little guy. They're always wanting to be on top. And I really enjoy this community because it doesn't matter who's on top. You could be talking to the whale. You could be talking to, somebody in a developing country, but it just has the same feel, and it's all family. And it has become just this amazing immersion of fields and people and walks of life and cultures and races and different languages. And it's insanely beautiful to watch, because I went from not knowing even how to set up a MetaMask to where I can be like, okay, I'll Zoom call you. I can help you do that. I'm one of them now. And I feel like, when you become a bee, it's it means you want to give back and you want to help the community and help people understand crypto and understand what NFTs can do for the world and understand Web3. And it's just a different world that people are going to have to eventually open their eyes to. And it's going to be really fun to be on the ground floor of that.
Very exciting. Ellen, what is your comments hearing Deanna talk about all this wonderful stuff with the bee community?
I am impressed with her. She just started and already she's got it down. It's under her belt. She's helping people. She's contributing. That is awesome. That epitomizes what the BeesSocial community is all about. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I've felt welcome since the second. It's just the second I got introduced to anybody. Like I never felt like the little odd man. And then when I do find a little odd man, that's like, I don't know what I'm talking about, but hi. I'm like, this is for you. Like I love you. Like this is what you need. And it's really exciting. And I love that you mean like you said contributing, because even people that do not know anything about crypto are contributing by they can share the space, they can talk in the Twitter, they can just ask information. So one of the ways I first started to help and contribute is simply saying, hey, I know a lot of other people down there in the chat room do not know what this is. So I'm going to be the one who says, what is this? I want to ask the questions that nobody asks because they think they already know. And it's helping, I think, in a little way that, other people that didn't know anything know a little bit now. And I'm able to speak about it and I feel knowledgeable. And people are like, oh, since you're all techie now, I'm like,
Yes, you are. Donna, what is your thoughts about hearing Deanna talk about the community? Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry.
So I was going to act it out. She said that it's amazing.
right?
Oopsie. No, I love what Deanna said, because the Bees is all about helping and educating. And it is kind of a scary world between the tech stuff and then the finance stuff. And, I do a lot of accounting and stuff, but it's still not the same of taking my own money and doing something with it and having someone there. I can ask a question, and I know that it doesn't matter. They're going to tell me the truth. And the other part that is just so incredible, it doesn't matter if you have $100 or you have $100,000. Everyone is on the same playing field. And that's what I find to be so amazing. And I've been working with some single moms and encouraging them that, hey, you can do this. You can go forward. You can make your life something better than what it is today. And just because you're a single mom and you're overstressed and you're working and you're going crazy doesn't mean you're not going to be successful. So it's been just wonderful.
Was it you that started the single mom aspect of it?
I think there was a couple of us kind of simultaneously were talking about it. So
Austin,
we kind of want to get together in Arizona and network a little bit and see what ideas we can come up with that isn't overwhelming and intimidating for them. Because, hey, just go read about crypto isn't going to do it. You take people by the hand and show them what to do.
And honestly, I was a single mom for 6 years. So I love that this is being incorporated into that world, because a lot of single moms think that, oh, I don't have the kind of money for that. Right. I don't have the resources for that. And it's not like that. And I wish, honestly, like, sorry, I'm not a single mom anymore, but I kind of wish I was, because I'd be like the poster child for it. But seriously, like what you guys are doing to empower single moms, giving them their own thing to hold on to, their independence back. And then guess who gets to see that? Their children. Mm-hmm. And my kids are seeing that. And yes, it doesn't matter that I'm engaged now. I was a single mom for 6 years and they've seen me do that. So now they see me be able to take charge. Now they ask everyone else. You may have been on there when my son was on there. My son goes on there and like motivationally speaks to the bees. It makes me cry every time, because I'm like, how is he like this? How is he learning this? And he's just like, repeat after me, Bees. Like, you can do anything. Never give up. I'm just like,
I love it. Well, so for those of you who might be checking in for the first time, so this is the Women of Crypto, also known as the Ladies of Crypto show. And what we do is we talk each week about talking about different experiences that we had, different things that are going on in the bee community. And when we say bee, we are referencing an actual bee, but in the reference that bee stands for a group of people together who have created like a hive of a community of worker bees that come around to really love on our queen, which is our cryptocurrency, crypto literacy program, where we have cryptocurrency platform of our own. We also have different pools, which is a pool is like where people can put funds in together in a group fund to help raise money for everybody within that pool over a period of time. Deanna also mentioned you might meet a whale. Well, in case you're wondering, what do whales have to do with bees? Well, a whale is someone who is just, what's a good way to word it? Ellen, how would you describe a whale?
Oh my goodness. A whale is a monstrous, knowledgeable individual, group of individuals who really understand how this platform works. That's what a whale is. And anybody can become a whale. Like Deanna, I can see her on the fast track to becoming a whale.
Yeah. And so when we have these different whales, sometimes these whales are a different investment arm, so a mentor and so forth that we can utilize to help us in the industry to propel either a cause, a mission, a cryptocurrency, a coin, forward so that it has more power to it because that person has the knowledge and information. So we do use a lot of vocabulary that I'd like to think that we are good about including people on. However, we start to use it so often that we forget that other people don't know what we're talking about. And it's quite fun. And I did want to share how we even came to know each other because it's very important to me that we always love on the people that cause connection to be happen. And to me, our hive and the community of people and the relationships that we build are the number one thing. So, Donna, will you give a little history first of how you came to be a bee? Because you're one of the original people who came in to back and to come up, like say, I'm going to support this kind of a venture. Will you start with that?
Absolutely. Well, it's actually kind of funny because at first, our friend Kevmo kept talking to us about this, and we finally said, Kevin, how much money is it going to take for you to be quiet and leave us alone about this? So we got into it just kind of like, okay, we're going to just try it. And, I got in with just a sense of faith. The one thing I do tell everyone is do not put any money anywhere that you can't live without, whether it's $10 or $100, because to put everything into something and then not have it turn out would be horrible. So we started out and we were very gifted in receiving a node, and we started our node on, it's called Opus Recovery. Opus Addiction. And so we've been working with the group since then. And the very first pools we did, it was very confusing for us, very overwhelming because it was all new. And I just want to encourage anyone who looks at this and they hear some of the lingo and all that, just listen. Just keep listening because pretty soon it'll start making sense. And we were been on a call every night at 5:30 for over a year and a half, and talking about this different parts of this crypto world and all of that. So from there, we quickly realized this is about giving back. This is about helping other people in the world. It's not so much about, some people said, oh, it sounds like a quick get rich quick scheme. And it's so far from that. It's about setting things in place and in motion that we're going to be able to go out and help people who are less fortunate.
Quite
Amen. Deanna.
quite amazing. Ellen, I think we're getting some feedback through your mic. Can you try muting for a second? I want to see if it's yours. And so I wanted to talk about the next aspect. So by the way, when Donna says a no, there were so many. Yeah, it's coming through Ellen. So Ellen, when you need to talk, open your mic for us so we can hear you. So so a node is different, a different group or a section of Opus ID. Opus ID is, you can download the app Opus ID and you can mine cryptocurrency on your phone. It's the cryptocurrency of Bees.Social, which is actually Opus ID. You'll just learn that there's different, you know how like there's a subset of a subset of a subset in different businesses? Just go with me on that. Just trust me that I'm telling you that. So Opus ID is our app. And then we became Bees.Social, which is a community of bees, social bees. And then we also have an NFT arm of us. So under the umbrella of Opus, we've had all these branches and derivatives come out of who we really are. And the socialbees.io is an NFT which is a non-fungible token. By the way, that has nothing to do with mushrooms. Okay, people hear that and always think I'm selling mushrooms. I know that mushrooms are very popular right now. My friend is drinking mushroom coffee. It doesn't have anything to do with that. Although you probably could get a non-fungible token of a mushroom, and then you would have an NFT
I'm
with
sure
a
there's
mushroom.
one out there. I'm sure
Yeah,
there's one out there.
if there's not, there will be now. And so within this community, when we're talking about meeting people, so that's how Donna came in. Ellen, if you'll turn your mic back on, tell us how you came to be a bee. Can you?
Tell
There you
you
go.
how I came to join the community. Oh,
Yeah,
it
please.
was okay. It was a fluke, actually. And I say that because it came to me that some people needed some help. They were putting together this platform and they needed some help and they needed a woman representative. So it was me, this other lady, and some other ladies, and there were about 8 or 9 of us on the first call. And I said, wow, that's a lot of people. And then the second call, I think it was just you, Donna, and me, and one other person. And then the numbers begin to dwindle some. But we stuck with it. We just kept coming back because I really was curious, wanted to see how far it would go and what it was going to turn into. And here we are. We have a real thriving community. We've got bees of all things. Okay. And we've got people who enjoy this, who give up their time, their knowledge, their um, love of this community to help it grow. And I think that is just so impressive. So that's how I got to be a member of the community and on air, if you will.
Awesome. Ellen, do you remember what month that you started?
Oh, that's an excellent question. It was warm, I know that. Not like it is now, but
Well, I live in Ohio, so that would limit it to how many months?
okay. Yeah, I don't know.
So it sounds like maybe you, me, and Donna all came in around the same time. I know when I first started and in these meetings that Donna was talking about, there's a group of us that have kind of have a, I don't know, I call it, what do I call it? I always tell everybody I have one every night. It's not a conference call. It's not I call it a board meeting. I have a board
Right.
meeting. And because it's really a discussion about what's happening, where we're at, and everything, that's a very hearty discussion about what needs to happen from that started with the beginning group of people, and there was only 38 in it. No, excuse me, 48 in there when I started. So that was the average number every night was 48, 48. And so I thought that was so funny. And how I came to come in is through Patrick Tuttle. Patrick
Yes.
Tuttle invited me because I'm friends with Ken Rashawn, who he knows. Ken Rashawn is one of the co-founders of the Keep Smiling movement. I'm the executive director of that nonprofit, and I'm a connector and know people. I do publicity, and Patrick was looking for somebody like me that's also techie. And Ken said, "Oh, well, then that would be Andrea. She does all the tech stuff too." So talk to Andrea. And then how things come full circle and come around is I am invited to go to cover the celebrity softball game in Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth area, because Ken Rashawn wasn't able to go. So TK Klund, he runs that celebrity softball game. It's between veterans and celebrity athletes and other celebrities, and they come together and play softball, and there's a party and a community of fun to raise funds to help with different people for different things. And I was going to be in the Texas area, and Austin McHenry, who you guys, if you're hanging out at all, especially recently, or doing anything in the open spaces Twitter, you'll be like, where did this young genius young man come from who's an absolute doll? Well, Austin was always taking information in. He was learning quickly when he started coming on, and I would hear him talk and meet. And I just thought he was adorable. And I asked him if he would come to the conference and help me, because as a photographer, it's really great to have someone and be with you to help you with your stuff and get your drink of water and help you meet people and find out who they are so you know the names of the people that you just took their picture. And he just seemed very friendly and knowledgeable. And I asked him if he would please go with me to this event. So we go to this event, and I'm photographing it for TK Clund. And at the end of the night, we're exhausted, and we just kind of sat because we're like, should we leave? Should we not leave? And we sit down. I start talking to Deanna, and then Austin, I go to take somebody's picture, and Austin talks to Deanna, and it just kind of went from there. So Deanna, what was your experience of meeting me and Austin?
Man, I mean, literally, it was the end of the night. We were all done. Our feet hurt. We were just toast. And I had just started to get into the crypto world. So when she was telling me about Austin, and I'm like, where is he? Where is he? So then I met him, and then we talked for literally 2 hours. We should have gone home a long time ago. And he was like, hey, if you have any questions like about crypto, I can help walk you through things. And then after that, like when we took our keep smiling photos, and it was a great meeting and great information. And I was amped up and fired up. And I think the very next day, maybe even that night, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know how eager I really was, but I texted him, I'm like, okay, I do not know how to set up a MetaMask. Can you help me? I did look. I think it took me 4 days to ask for help, but I did. And he was like, I'll get on a Zoom call with you. And he walked me through every single thing, and then like was there for any other questions and invited me to the Discord. And I didn't have any clue what it was. So didn't really go in there for a little while. And then I was headed to Miami, I think. Yeah, I was headed to Miami, and he sent me the Discord and kind of explained a little bit. And I'm like, okay, help me figure everything out, including how to translate to the Espanol group, which I think is the coolest thing in the world, how I can literally say, good morning and how are you? And everything through the Discord, just, they're us. They're just in a different part of the world. And we get to communicate and find out all the cool stuff they're doing over there. And it's been amazing. But he walked me through everything. And then, slowly just started, well, I say slowly, but I typed a mile a minute. And I leveled up on the Discord, and I just started to really get to know people, and people became more than screen names. And I kept seeing beautiful causes starting to erupt. And I'm seeing these nonprofits that are getting people like, hey, contact me offline. Like, I really want to help you with that. I've watched so many things grow, just simply like being a part of it, just listening and reading, before even the Twitter Spaces started. And it's been amazing. And then they called me and asked me, they tell me they want to do an event. And it was like the coolest idea in the world. And I was ready to help. So I helped all I could. And now we're having an amazing event, and I'm super excited to be a part of it. And now that right before the Twitter Spaces started, I decided like full on that I was going to start to write my book. I started it 10 years ago, almost to the day. And my ex-husband burned 13 notebooks in my driveway. So it really sucked. So it was really hard for me to start that back over. And so I decided that day I was going to do it. And I went on my very first Twitter Space live. And I had so much support, and it was amazing. And Ty helped me, co-hosted, and they taught me everything because I knew I was going to have to help when the Twitter Spaces started. Austin and I talked about it. And I'm like, well, I just need to train on how to do everything. So I kind of just took it upon myself to do it the day before. And I had so much support, but I had people taking screenshots of my very first Twitter Space so they can sell it as an NFT when I get a Grammy. I thought that was cool.
Wait. All right. Wait. Hold on. Everybody lean forward. Take a picture. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. I know I forget. I'm a photographer, but I forget about doing stuff online too. We could do them this way as well. And it's so funny. By the way, an NFT can be something moving. It can be a GIF. It could be a book. It could be auditory. It could be a song. You think of it. You create it. It can be it. And All right. So Deanna was saying she heard that people were going to be doing so a subset or a group or I'm not even quite sure who exactly came up with the idea of the NFT Connect.1. And so and some of the bee community heard about it and started saying, hey, let's go check out this event. We have a lot of bees in Arizona. Let's swarm it and love on it. By the way, when we swarm things, that means we go and love on them. So a swarm of bees is a positive thing. So if we hear that there's a Twitter open spaces, or if we hear there's another NFT drop for someone else, we may swarm and go help whatever community that is by loving on it, investing on it, our time, our money, our resources to help love on whatever that is that's happening. So I did hear some other rumors. So not only is Deanna going to the event, is she part of the event, but I heard that you're performing and opening for Snoop Dogg. And I heard that you might have had even more to do with that than what I thought. So are you free to share that information?
I don't know exactly how much I can share, but yes,
Give us some nuggets. Give us the nuggets.
I am responsible for getting Snoop Dogg on board. So that was a really cool, I don't know, life goal for me. That was really exciting because when I first attempted, I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be successful. And here we are. So, and that was, I mean, it was sleepless nights over that one. I was like, oh my God, if I can't get him, if I do not put this all in perfect order, like they're never going to trust me. Like, oh, I'm going to fail, like all of that. And they all came through mainly also because I believe Snoop wants to be a little bit more involved moving forward. So it's also, you know, an investment to him as well.
Well,
And I
we'll
think it's
see.
really
I
awesome.
do know that he wears a Gucci bee around his neck and has some other bee products. So I think bees are in his world already and maybe more in his future. So thank you, Deanna, for all that you did to create that.
Honestly, Snoop gives back more than people even realize. He's got so many little communities that he tries to support and uplift little kids and try to bring hope to people that don't have any. Doesn't have any? Wow, that happened. But
well,
so
perfectly
I think
okay.
It's perfect, you know, immersion because he already gives back. So he's already technically a bee.
Awesome. Well, glad to hear that he's giving back, and he is going to be playing at halftime during the Super Bowl. I will be in LA during the Super Bowl during that time and so forth. So we'll see. I'm flying out to Lee Steinberg's Super Bowl party for the day before. So I will be, that's where I'm going to be during all of that hoopla. So we'll see how everything goes. And I'll be watching. I won't obviously be at the Super Bowl, but I don't know why I said obviously. You guys don't know that I would or would not be there. I guess I could have been there. And who knows? I still could be.
Look, use your imagination. You're going to be there.
Yeah, who is watching that would like to manifest Andrea going with you with my camera so that I can take NFTs of you being at the Super Bowl?
There you go.
Just putting it out there.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
I'm sorry, but I didn't know. This is going to sound messed up. I did not know he was playing Super Bowl until after I was opening for him.
Awesome.
So I'm like, I'm opening for someone who's, which I have. So I have opened for Snoop before, and I've emceed some of his events, but I've opened like 5 artists prior, in one direction or another. Like I can say I opened for Snoop, but I didn't because it was never that close.
You opened for the opening for the opening.
Well, when you do a festival, I opened the festival, I emceed the festival, I introduced everybody, and I did get to dance with Nelly on my birthday in 2021.
Cool.
Last year?
Maybe.
No.
Yeah.
The year before.
No. Cool.
2020, when I got back from my UK tour after COVID killed us all.
Oh, well, that sounds amazing. So, so that is what's going on. So, because of Deanna and her opening of the MC, and her relationship with Snoop Dogg and his world was able to bring things full round. And so now we have a really great group of people who are heading up an event that we get to go and swarm. So, NFT Connect.1, how super exciting for all of us. And we get to see Deanna perform as well. So super exciting. If those of you who are watching, if anybody has any connections to any other major news sources, if you have ideas for sponsorship, if you want to be involved, you want to help donate, anything to be a part of that, please reach out to us. You can reach out to me. I'm Dr. Andrea Adams Miller, 419-722-6931, 419-722-6931. And I can get you in touch with whoever you need to be in touch with, depending on what it is that you're offering or what you have or the possibilities. I'll be happy to pass that along so that that can be shared and people can know. And I believe on Open Twitter Spaces, they're also making some kind of a sheet of people who have different ideas so that we can have a whole collection of collaborators together who have ideas for innovation, who are wanting to be a part of something bigger than themselves. Certainly you can reach out to me there and I'll be happy to share that with whoever's keeping track of that sheet. I'm seeing it as an Excel sheet. Doesn't mean that it is, but that's how my brain is visualizing it at the moment. So is there anything else that we need to share with anyone so that they can participate and love with us for Bees.Social or socialbees.io?
Actually, why don't we tell them how to invite themselves to join our Twitter Spaces?
Mm-hmm.
So if you go on Twitter, we go to Social Bees University, then it's just, usually you can see that we're live and it says, start listening now. And just do me a favor and don't be shy to at least say hi. Like, invite yourself to be a speaker. If there's a lot of people in there, because there always is, that's the incredible part about this. The network behind the bees is intense and exciting and unseen before. Like, it's ridiculous how many people are there to support literally everyone. And there's people at the bottom who never speak. So speak, say hi, introduce yourself. And you never know. You could just say, hey, you know what? I'm not having the best day in the world. You might get your best friend out of it. You never know. The relationships and the bonds. And I wanted to speak on the incredible team that is putting this NFT Connect together. Like, they are such philanthropists. Everybody, they're all doing this out of the goodness of their heart. Like, it's incredible to watch. It's amazing to see. If you have any contributions you want to have, like if you want to help, if you want to fly there and usher, it doesn't matter. Like, if you want to help in any way, if you just want to, they're also streaming it live. So that's going to be super exciting. We're going to have some amazing speakers and it's going to be a great time. And to put all of these people with so many ideals and this is for all kinds of NFTs. This is all different crypto worlds put into one. We just happen to be close to it and we're going to swarm the heck out of it. Make sure that it's all positive and that it's beautifully done to where all these ideas will have a home by the end of it. Like, so they were telling you on the Discord, there's a collaboration part of it. I don't know what they're called, a tab or whatever. I'm not vernacular. It's not very good for me. But to where you can put your ideas. Have you ever been able to have an idea come to fruition? If you have no means and no network, nothing, you never will and never have until now. You can go there and be able to tell your idea, and you never know. Someone may be like, hey, I have the means to do that. Hey, I can create a prototype for you. Hey, we have a nonprofit that helps that. Hey, if you need this, if you need that, we got this. Like, they are doing things in developing countries that you would not believe. The education behind it is insane. And that's all they want to do is help people learn and understand this world. And if you're scared, just try it. Just jump in both feet and try it. That's what I did. And it's life-changing, literally life-changing.
There's one more thing and I don't know if Tim can put it up there, but the link to the Discord, because if you go in the Discord, like Deanna was saying, you can find the spot that says collaboration. There's a collab channel. There's the form you can fill out channel. And, there's been, in my past, I've always seen these things where we have these big think tanks and we do all this stuff and then nothing ever happens. Well, what's so cool about this, it's going to happen because there's so many people working together, and we're able to, this person might need a developer, that person might need an artist. It doesn't matter. We have a large group, and we have the people there that who really want to give a helping hand. So it's just, it's incredible.
Well, it's been so fun to have everybody here tonight. Again, we want to thank everyone for participating. Ellen, unfortunately, her Wi-Fi keeps taking her in and out, so we get sneak peeks of her. We want to thank Ellen Harris, and she's consulting management for her contribution to everything. So we appreciate Ellen J. Harris for that. I'm also a sponsor with the Red Carpet Connection, so happy and always honored to do that, along with going around the country with a Keep Smiling movement to capture pictures of smiles and sharing the message of the bees while I'm with different people. And Donna, would you please share what you do with your recovery house? Oh, she's on mute again.
I keep doing that so I don't get outside noise.
Yes.
So yeah, so our recovery homes are designed for people who are coming out of recovery, and what our goal is to keep building homes and housing for people so they can transition back into society and be very be successful. If we take someone out of a treatment program or jail or whatever, and we throw them right back into the same bucket that they were in, the success is very, very slim. So, and we've expanded our thinking into wanting to help with a lot of people with dual diagnosis, with mental health issues. And we just going to build it as we go. And we've learned a lot of information by being on spaces about how to. We've been kind of sitting back like, what do we do next? And now we have an avenue with the spaces that's been going on to ask those questions. And we've been getting just tons of help and guidance and met some incredible people all over the world.
Fantastic. And then with Deanna Wheeler, deannawheeler.com is where you can go and learn more about how you can listen to her more and follow her on her different social media aspects. So we're so glad to have you with us again. And any parting words from you, Deanna?
Well, can I have a little plug of my own?
Please.
So my single, so I released Whiskey Weather in Texas last year, but we redid it and remastered it and remixed it with a very famous man named Mark Needham, and he's just amazing. He's got the ear of a beast. But we're re-releasing that with its music video on March 11th, and we're super excited about it. And I love, literally, one of the best part about the Bees is they are so supportive. Like, I will say something and they will repost it now. Like they just want to help, and I love that. And I'm very, very grateful to be on your show, and I wish it wasn't over.
And that's a great song too, by the way. If you haven't heard that
song,
look for it and listen to it. It's really great.
Yeah, it's really great. And there's so much more to come, and there's so many more things going on behind the scenes with so many different subgroups of people who own NFTs and people involved in Bees.Social and people outside of our world. And then for different businesses and companies within that we have been investing in as Bees on our platform, for the anime to Starwire, the movie production and company and so forth. There's just so many things. We have a missions token. We have one for animals. There's just so much going on that we just can't fit it all in. Otherwise, we'd spend the whole 45 minutes promoting. and it's absolutely amazing. So we invite you to keep playing along. And again, it's only an invitation to learn and to play along. There's no pressure ever. We want you to become educated so that you make your own decisions and that you are financially astute in what you do for yourself so that you can become an investor on your own, no matter who you are at any level. And by the way, when tokens first start out and are available, sometimes they're at 0.002. So if you think about it that way, if you've got $10 plus, a couple 10 or 20 bucks of ETH, which is the gas to buy this. There's a whole other terminology in that, so for, for $25, you might actually be able to buy cryptocurrency. And then of course you could always mine it for free by using your phone and downloading the Opus ID and scanning the QR codes, which are going to show now. And you've been with us here on Ladies and Women of Crypto.
Thank
Bye now.
you.